Hello, Annie.
Hello, Miss Letty.
It's the weekend and I have decided to do a reading. Are you okay with that?
Yes, sir. I'm okay.
Right. So let's get started and let's get that ball rolling, which is your favorite sentence. I never use this. I don't know where you got it from. Let's get the ball rolling. And you can start to read. Off you go.
Okay. The story of Little Red Riding Hood is still relevant today since it teaches children about an essential topic in life, safety. No one is exempt from the dangers of society, and it's necessary to learn to take care of oneself and be careful. One,
Right. Not to trust strangers. This is clearly the moral of the story. So if you've read it or you will read it, you will realize this. Despite the so-called good intentions of the wolf who met Little Red Riding Hood, he had a hidden agenda. Back in its time, I think it was written about the 18th century, I'm not sure. This story was created to raise awareness among young girls about the dangers of trusting strangers. I think that at that time, young girls were very protected. So when they went out, they didn't know how to behave and look after themselves. In time, it was adapted to transmit the same message, but with a less vicious erotic content.
Personal information in her encounter with the wolf, Little Red Riding Hood gave details about her destination, the reason of her journey, and the contents of her basket. This is a huge mistake, since that information which seems harmless can be used by criminals to hurt us or our loved ones. Nowadays, this danger is constantly present in social media.
Right, so the big danger nowadays is social media, and we need to educate the young people how to use it correctly. The wolf is a character that goes beyond the looks of the animal. It represents an evil, savage, and malicious being in our present time. It would be represented by people who lack certain morals and values. So we have the wolf character in our lives today of people who don't know how to behave well and take advantage of the young or the weak people. Right, my question is, when you were a child, what did your parents or how did they tell you to behave when you went out by yourself?
To behave, my parents taught me to be to respect older people, to respect elder as well. But when we went out, just try to don't make any problems. Kind of be nice, be kind, but never talk too much to people that we don't know who exactly they are, especially like strangers. So it's simply we don't allow to talk a lot with someone, with somebody who never met before,
Right.
like not outside of the family, like relative. When we met strangers, yeah, that simply we don't allow to share personal details, kind of my family, everything. We did not allow to share this.
Right. So I remember when I was a child, for example, maybe we could try not to speak to someone that we don't know. And if we did, it would be hello, good afternoon, and walk on. We were told never to accept sweets and never accept a ride in a car from a stranger. So you can imagine if you were a child, one of the possibilities would be that they would offer you some sweets, you would take them, and then they would get hold of you. So we were told not to do that, not to go too close, not to accept sweets or presents from people we don't know, and not to get into strange cars. I don't know what they tell children nowadays, but that's what we were told. But sometimes, as we know, danger can come from relatives in our family, because we trust our relatives, and then they take advantage of young children. So we need to explain these things to them from an early age, so they're more careful. No? Another question: how do you think social media is dangerous for young people?
Social media nowadays, do you mean? Nowadays, if we don't know how to use social media, of course it's going to be dangerous for us. Just like with what is that? Like knife, you know, in the kitchen utensil with two edges, right? When you
right. So a sword has two edges.
Yes. When you misuse it,